What's up, brothers and sisters in the Lord? I hope you're all doing well through the grace and mercy of our Lord Jesus Christ. Now, a sister has shared a revelation about Donald Trump and Elon Musk. And, it's not what we think. I want you to listen to this revelation. I just want to make this video very straightforward. This is quite sensitive and disturbing, and I want you to take your time to listen. We need to pray about this sincerely. Christians, we need to pray about this revelation and seek the help of God in understanding of what was shown in this sister's revelation concerning Donald Trump and Elon Musk. If this is your first time watching a video on this channel, God bless you and thank you very much. Please make sure you share this video out with your friends and family so that they may also receive the message of the Lord. And do not forget to like this video, as it will help the video grow to reach a lot of audience. If you have any revelation, if you have any vision, prophetic message from the Lord you would want to share with the world out there, please feel free to pick up my email address in the description section of the video. Record an audio or a video narrating your message and send it in. Once I receive permission from the Lord, I'm going to put your message on the channel. Okay, so please pay close attention as I play out this sister's message to you.
Hello, Great Miracle Avenue. I want to encourage you, brother, to continue with a good work, and God will continue to increase you. I know for many Christians that Donald Trump is an answered prayer, but today I will be sharing with you what God revealed to me about the hazardous plans that may unfold during his tenure. It's going to be a cooperative agenda, but I pray to God to save his own. These days, strange things are beginning to occur in my sleep. I don't remember when I drifted off to sleep, but suddenly I found myself somewhere else. It wasn't like a normal dream. It felt real, so real. I was standing on the shore of a massive sea. The water stretched out as far as I could see, disappearing into the distance. A thick mist covered the horizon, making it impossible to see where the sky met the water. It wasn't a bright day or a dark night. The light around me was dim, but I could still see clearly. I looked around, trying to see if there was anything or anyone nearby, but I was alone. I didn't know how long I stood there. Time didn't seem to move the way it does in real life. It could have been minutes or hours, but it didn't matter. As I stood there, staring out at the endless sea, something began to appear in the distance. At first, it was just a shadow, barely visible through the mist, but as it moved closer, the shape became clearer. It was a massive ship. It was enormous, larger than any ship I knew. Its structure was strong and solid, built with a dark material that made it stand out. It didn't move like normal ships do. There were no sails, no visible engines, yet it cut through the water smoothly. As the ship drew nearer, I saw two figures standing on the deck. They weren't moving around or speaking. They stood there, looking straight ahead, as if they clearly knew what was coming next. Even before I could see their faces clearly, I recognized them. There was no doubt in my mind. The first was Donald Trump. Next to him was Elon Musk. Neither of them acknowledged the sea or the mist around them. They weren't looking at the ship or the waves. Their eyes were set forward, toward the shore, toward me and whatever else waited on the land. It was as if they were arriving with a target, as if they had been sent. At first, I was alone, standing on the shore, watching the massive ship approach. But then, I heard movement behind me, like footsteps on dry ground. Then it grew louder. When I turned around, I saw people, so many people. They were coming from every direction, coming from places I haven't even noticed. Some walked quickly, others ran, their eyes looking on the ship. The crowd grew by the second, turning into hundreds, then thousands. It was as if they had been waiting for this very moment, as if they knew exactly where to be and when to arrive. As the ship reached the shore, a large step was lowered. There was no hesitation, no doubt. They moved toward the two men on the deck, reaching out with their hands and calling their names. I heard them shouting, "Trump, Elon." This kept repeating. Some called them leaders, others called them saviors. I even heard the word Messiah among the crowd. I stood still, watching in disbelief. People pushed forward, desperate to get closer. Some fell to their knees, stretching out their arms as if begging for a blessing. Others wept, their hands pressed together in prayer. I saw Trump and Elon stepping off the ship and walking down the ramp, each of them holding something small in their right hand. The object was round, dark, and smooth, no larger than the palm of their hand. It looked like a seal, a stamp of some kind, but there was something unnatural about it. Without a single word, Trump stepped forward. The first person in the crowd, a man with eager eyes and trembling hands, fell to his knees before him. Trump raised the object and pressed it firmly against the man's forehead. A dark mark appeared instantly where the stamp had touched. It wasn't ink, it wasn't painted, it was something else. It seemed to sink into the man's skin, becoming part of him. For a moment, there was nothing but silence. Then the man smiled a slow, strange smile, as if something inside him had changed. Without hesitation, he stepped aside, making room for the next. Elon did the same. A woman, her hands clasped in front of her chest, moved forward eagerly. She lifted her face, eyes shining with anticipation. Elon pressed the stamp to her forehead, and just like the man before her, she received the dark mark, and the people rejoiced. More people rushed forward, pushing to be next. There was no fear, no second guessing. They wanted it, they craved it. Each person who was stamped stepped away smiling, eyes filled with a strange satisfaction, as if they had just received the very thing they had been waiting for all their lives. I stood there, my body frozen, my heart pounding. I didn't understand what I was watching. One by one, they kept coming. The line never seemed to end. The people moved forward with such eagerness, pushing, shuffling, desperate to reach the front. It was as if they feared missing their chance. As they approached, they knelt before Trump and Elon, bowing their heads without being told. There was no hesitation, no second thought. The moment the stamp touched their forehead, the mark appeared dark and permanent, and every time the reaction was the same. The person would rise, eyes filled with a strange joy, as if they had just been given something precious. Some of them lifted their hands to their faces, touching the mark as if they couldn't believe it was real. Others simply stepped away satisfied, making room for the next. It was a pattern, repeating over and over again. A person would step forward, the stamp would press against their skin, the mark would appear, and they would walk away changed. I stood there frozen, my heart pounding against my chest. I wanted to move, to step back, to get away from what I was seeing, but I couldn't. My feet wouldn't obey me. My mouth wouldn't open. It was like something was holding me in place, forcing me to witness every moment. Inside me, there was a deep urge to scream, to warn them, to tell them to stop, but the words wouldn't come. My voice was locked inside me. Then suddenly, everything shifted. Trump and Elon stopped. The crowd still moved around them, still knelt, still received the mark, but the two men had stopped looking at them. They were looking at me. It was not a glance. It was not casual. It was intentional. Their eyes locked into mine. They did not speak. They did not move toward me. They only stared. But that alone was enough to send terror through my entire being. It was as if they knew. They knew I did not belong. They knew I was different from the rest. Suddenly, everything faded. Everything dissolved into darkness, and I woke up. Immediately, I wiped my forehead, half expecting to feel the mark that I had seen stamped onto so many others in the vision. My skin was smooth, untouched.
You. All right. God bless you. And thank you very much for listening to our dear sister's message. I believe you clearly heard everything that was stated in this message. We need to calm down. And those of you that are in doubt of this message, you have the right to go to God for God to confirm this message to you. We do not know the mindset of humans, and we do not know how the devil manipulates humans. It is only the help of God that can give us a clear direction and help us know the true nature of our fellow human beings. I want us to pray over this. And however, we should know that these things that were said in our sister's message concerning the mark has already been stated in the Bible. But we do not know the specific person exactly that is going to give out the mark. So if such a revelation has come, let us not live in fear. Let us not live in panic. All we can do is to rather stick to God, get closer to God so that He can guide our ways. And when these things begin to manifest, we will not be involved, or we will not fall for them to take such mark, which will actually serve as a connection to the devil. Okay, so thank you very much. Feel free to share your opinions in the comment section, and also make sure that you share and like this video. God bless you, and thank you very much.